Open Series champions, these two gentlemen are.
All right, we're going to talk about the Wall of Wood card afterwards, though, because that thing's just unreal.
Very excited about that.
Unreal.
Tyler Winn currently up a game with the Jeskai aggro deck. Lossett is playing Obs on aggro this week, and you see the records. Both players 5-0. Both players have won standard opens here on the Open Series. And we update the board, and Joe Lossett does not look to be in a good spot. I've got a flip Jace with 7 counters, an Elspeth on 5, 3 Soldier tokens, and a Goblin token. Lossett over there with a Fleecemane Lion and an Ajani with 5 counters. Winn is at 8. Joe's at 16, but it looks like we've jumped into a game where Tyler Winn is starting to stabilize.
Well, unless Joe has a Hero's Downfall or some way to remove this Elspeth. Elspeth is the card against Obs on aggro.
It's always been very hard for Obs on aggro to beat this style of card.
He's got some good interaction. You know, he has Ajani plus Hangerback Walker. It's a neat 1-2 punch. But Elspeth can still just chump it.
Yep. Doesn't have to kill it, just chump it then. I'll be curious to see just how creative Joe can get. For example, if he does put counters on Hangerback Walker, makes it into a 4-power creature, maybe more, than is able to kill it, and then start divvying up counters from Ajani onto the Flyers. That's an avenue to go down here, but just having a large Hangerback Walker on the ground versus an Elspeth, just going to get chump block all day, like you mentioned. Tyler Winn waiting patiently to see what Joe's going to do. It looks like a Den Protector is going to be played face down. We'll see what Lossett wants to do with the Ajani activation.
Yeah, Den Protector, Fleecemane, Hangerback. Looks like it's going to be all on the Hangerback.
Okay. Joe's setting something up. Looks like Fleecemane Lion's coming in too. Maybe not. It seems like a tough board for Fleecemane Lion to attack through.
I mean, that's the difficulty with Elspeth here, is that she just can chump block her way up to 7 counters, especially if Joe's not putting pressure on.
Well, we're heading back Tyler Winn's way. We'll take a look at the graveyard. Perhaps there's something to flashback with Jace here. There's a Jeskai Charm down there. Winn did win the Open Series in Knoxville last year with a burn during Season 2. So very familiar with this type of strategy.
Yeah, both at 5-0, up a game. Doing great this weekend.
Here's Mantis Rider. So see how he wants to go about attacking this turn. You have to imagine at least Mantis Rider's coming in. Don't know where it's going to go because Ajani is attractive at this point.
Yeah, and I don't think he has to care about Joe's life total too much. As long as Elspeth gets to ultimate, none of this other stuff really matters.
Yeah, it looks like Jace is ticking down. And here come the beatdowns. We'll have to find out what Tyler did target with Jace.
Yeah. He's got a Jeskai Charm.
Got it. Looks like he might be interested in +1/+1 lifelink mode.
Very possibly. They're all going at Ajani.
There is a Mantis Rider, unfortunately, that you guys can't see at home. We'll try to get that moved up for you. Don't want there to be a surprise attacker. There we are. Now that's the card currently in Jeskai Charm that does have flashback.
Yeah, so the attack comes in, he's got, right now he has 7 power without the pump spell. If he does play the pump spell, that'll up it to 12. At least 3 of it's going at Ajani. Joe does get to just kill 2 of the creatures for free if he wants.
Jeskai Charm about to be flashback. There will be some life gain here. Tyler pushing himself out of, the way for Joe to kind of steal this one, which I think is pretty important here by him. He's going to lose some things. from the attack, but more importantly, his life total is going to be really buffered here. And so now he doesn't have to worry about maybe a cheesy win via Den Protector and Siege Rhino and stuff like that.
Well, keep in mind what's going to happen, and Tyler expects this, is that Den Protector is going to flip, it's going to grab a kill spell, it's going to kill the Mantis Rider, and then have free reign to attack Elspeth. Because of Den Protector's passive ability, he can attack by Elspeth's 1/1 tokens.
Well, Tyler hasn't used Elspeth just yet. His turn's not over. So up to 6, 3 more soldier tokens here for Winn. And now we go back Lossett's way. Lossett can untap. He's got the 4/4 Hangerback Walker, a Fleecemane Lion, a Morph that we believe is Den Protector. And a Fenza Sorin in hand. There's some real options here for number 9 on our Season 4 leaderboard.
Yes, when we joined the game, it really looked like Joe was going to lose, but he has a lot more outs, I think, than it appears at first. If you can get Elspeth off of the board, he's probably a favorite. And Den Protector makes that possible.
Elspeth causing some real problems right now, though. As you mentioned, I don't want to say it's the best card in the format against Obs on aggro, but it's certainly up there. It's really hard.
It might be the best card. I mean, Hornet Queen's pretty good against him, I suppose. Putting Elspeth in your deck is certainly one of the easiest ways to improve your Obs on aggro matchup.
Well, let's see which avenue Joe wants to go down here, because he's got a lot of options.
Yeah, looking at his graveyard, remember that's an unflipped Den Protector. He'll have 5 mana. He could buy back a Johnny. He has multiple Obs on Charms, an Anafenza, a Fleecemane Lion, fetch lands. And in hand, he has Anafenza Sorin. So plenty of options here. Looks like he'll start by flipping Den Protector.
All right. It'll get a counter, of course. The question is, what is Joe going to return?
I mean, Obs on Charm is the easiest one to return just because of its versatility here.
I think there's an argument for a Johnny too, right? Because Den Protector is a 3-power creature right now. You redeploy a Johnny.
And then kill Elspeth.
You kill Elspeth. You have a 6-power Den Protector. I feel like that line's pretty attractive.
Great. You're right, just go ahead and get the Elspeth off the board. Talked about how important that could be. Here's a Johnny into play again. Den Protector up to a 6/5. And yeah, if it attacks, it will take care of Elspeth.
And we're in Den Protector can't be blocked mode. And it's potentially only getting bigger. So I like that turn for Joe a lot.
With Elspeth gone, the game's harder for Tyler. He can stance away the Den Protector, which is what he does. But that's his late game. I mean, he does have a couple copies of Dragonlord Ojutai he could eventually go to. He only has the 1 Elspeth, so that's it for her.
Tyler can finish off a Johnny this turn if he'd like. Little assist from Mantis Rider. Looks like a bunch of creatures are going to get in here. He's going to hang 1 back. So he'll lose 2 soldier tokens. A Johnny will bite the dust. Does he have a follow-up play? Looks like he's got a copy of Ochai's command. So the follow-up here is a lot better than it appears.
Yeah, counters a creature spell. Could draw a card. Don't know if he has something to get back in his graveyard. Things he has to worry about is now that he doesn't have that Elspeth win where he overkills by a ton of damage. This Sorin Solemn Visitor in Joe's hand became a very live card. That life gain will be important.
Well, Joe's got the Sorin. He's got a Den Protector. Got a lot going on in the grip. Here's 4 mana. There's Sorin.
Sorin to play can +1 for life gain, or he can go to the air with a Vampire.
Up to 5, so it looks like we're going lifelink. Yep.
All right, well, that'll help push things out of range.
This game's a lot different than when we joined it.
Yeah, just the Fleecemane, it looks like, not the Hangerback. Tyler will let Jace go down.
All right. I think, and Tyler had the opportunity to chump block there.
Yeah, he did. He could have chump blocked with a 1-1.
It leads me to believe he wants it back from Ochitai's command. Yeah.
Right. I was going to say that, yeah, that's the only part that really makes sense. Otherwise, you would have given up the 1-1.
Yep. He can say, bring it back, draw a card, activate again, get a little deeper into my deck. So I like this a lot. Now Winn will untap and draw a card for the turn.
Needs to hit back now against the Sorin. There is 3 mana up. Joe still has cards in his hand, however.
And Jace going to activate. Picked up a copy of Dig Through Time, so now Jace is flipping into the Telepath Unbound. See how Winn wants to use this now that it has 5 counters. Lightning Strike down there. Ochitai's command down there. Going to start by sacrificing the Flooded Strand.
Yeah, and I think he'll lead off on a 2-mana Dig Through Time.
Give him some better information.
Yeah, I mean, nothing in his hand is perfect at the moment. Look for ways he can cleanly deal with a 4/4 Hangerback Walker. And he doesn't particularly have any. He has 1 Magma Spray in his deck, which could work in conjunction with other damage.
Looks like he's trying to knock out Sorin.
Yeah, it'll only cost him 1 soldier to do it, unless a removal spell's in Joe's hand, which it is.
Abzan Charm headed this way. Mantis Rider going to bite the dust. Soldier down. Now, keep in mind, too, Joe actually gains a bunch of life from this.
Yeah, the Walker still has lifelink from last turn.
Yep. Because Sorin's lifelink lasts until his next turn starts. So Lossett goes up to 25. Winn, looks like he's flashing back Lightning Strike.
Yeah, and he wants to take care of that Sorin. Oh, actually wants to take care of that Fleecemane Lion.
Now here's another Jace. They'll pass the turn back. Dig Through Time left in hand. Wanted to stop Fleecemane Lion before it went monstrous. Maybe Winn feeling as though he can overcome Sorin right now.
Yeah, great positioning here from Tyler. But Den Protector, this is what to me always feels like the unfair part about Abzan aggro, is that they're this 2-drop, 3-drop aggro deck. But then you're playing a deck with Planeswalkers and Elspeths and Dig Through Times, and their Den Protectors almost go toe-to-toe with you. That just feels unfair when you're playing from the control. It's like, wait, and you can play a control game too.
Yeah. Joe gonna move Sorin up, it appears. He did draw a Hangerback Walker for the turn, so he's gonna attack and go after Jace. Jace will bite the dust. Joe's gonna gain a bunch of life.
Well, Tyler's doing a great job of not dying here, but winning seems far off.
Well, that might be what the Dig Through Time's for. That could be the big plan.
Also, Raid was enabled for Wingmate Rock. Hangerback did attack. Joe's going after the life total.
Well, gonna gain some life, and we're gonna lose some power. Because this is the magic of live television. Oh, excuse me, we have power, we just don't have lights. Yep.
All right.
Hey, it's been a weekend.
Quite the Wingmate Rock he just cast.
Yeah,
there.
it shut everything down. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna take a commercial break, and when we come back, the lights will probably be on, and we'll see what happens in this game between Joe Lossett and Tyler Winn. So we'll see you guys back here for that just a bit.
SCG Live is brought to you by StarCityGames.com, where you can now pre-order Battle for Zendikar boxes, cases, fat packs, and more. With great prices, excellent customer service, and the world's largest Magic the Gathering singles inventory, StarCityGames.com is your one-stop shop for all your Magic the Gathering needs. Visit us on the web at StarCityGames.com and pre-order Battle for Zendikar today. StarCityGames.com is proud to present a Standard Premier Invitational Qualifier hosted by Pastimes on October 3rd at the Minneapolis Convention Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. This event features $5,000 in cash prizes paid down to 32nd place with 4 qualifications for any of the next 4 invitationals. With open points for all competitors and enhanced side event prize support, join Pastimes in Minneapolis, Minnesota on October 3rd at the Minneapolis Convention Center, where your road to the Players' Championship begins.
Welcome back, everybody. StarCityGames.com Open Series here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We have lights. That means we have a camera and we have action. And Joe Lossett just resolved the wingmate rock, brought a token along with it, and now Tyler Winn looks as though he's responding with a dig through time.
Yeah, he has that end step, that dig through time he was building up toward. Like I mentioned before, he's been doing a great job of keeping his own life total high. The downside is that he's been allowing Joe free access to life gain, so Joe's gotten all the way up to 30. Looks like Mantis Rider and Soulfire Grandmaster where the takes off that dig through time. My question is whether or not Tyler can actually answer all these things. Remember, he's a Jeskai aggro deck, not actually like a control version. So while he has, yeah, he doesn't actually have things like end hostilities to be casting here.
And the other big one, too, is the Elspeth's gone.
Right, the Elspeth's gone. He doesn't play sweepers. Getting past Wingmate Rock is very difficult. He does have 2 copies of Dragonlord Ojutide that were there game 1. I don't know if they're still in the deck, though.
He's going to activate Jace. Soulfire Grandmaster going to get discarded. Jace will flip again. He's had no problem flipping Jace in a Telepath Unbound. The big problem here is just what is he looking for?
Yeah,
Soulfire Grandmaster.
Joe might be able to get through all of his cards. Now, Soulfire Grandmaster is a good one because if this goes very late, that ability on Soulfire Grandmaster gives Tyler a late game.
Yeah. There's Mantis Rider.
Stokes was given flashback by Jace. Now it'll take care of the bird.
And gain some life in the process. Assuming Joe does not have something here.
Yeah, does he have Dramoka's command to save it? No, he does not.
So that's Dokat lifelink. Thanks to the Soulfire Grandmaster. Winn will gain some life, and now we head back Lossett's way. 30-22. The game score. Let's make that 19, excuse me.
Yeah, did have to pain for that gained 4, but took 1 on the cast. So Joe with Sorin, that 4/4 hangerback, and the bird token. He can attack down Jace. Tyler has not been able to defend his Jaces very well. Just makes more of them every time Joe knocks them out.
Den Protectors face down.
Wonder whether Joe's plan is just to start recurring Wingmate Rocks.
Unclear how many Den Protectors Joe has in the graveyard right now. I don't know if there's a Den Protector chain to be had. However, here's Anafenza in the meantime.
Yeah, if he thinks the game is going really late, he'll just start doing that. Got hangerback and a bird. And I just don't see, boy, there's so many life points on Joe's side. This attack's gonna gain him 9 more. It's gonna be hard for Tyler to get Joe back into a reasonable range.
I guess the question is Joe gonna have enough time to win? Like this game in particular, because I don't, if Joe wins, I don't think we're seeing a third game. But is he gonna be able to deal enough damage? I mean, right now we're 39-14. But if Tyler draws a card like Valor Stance, for example, maybe he can really, and he has Soulfire Grandmaster out there, he can really get a lot of work done.
Yeah, so he, for example, right now he drew Glare of Heresy, I believe, and he does have Soulfire in play, so he can start buying back this Glare. Maybe start it off at Sorin, have it go to the bird token, then to Anafenza. Over the next few turns, this could do work. So here we go, the activation means that his next instant will go back to his hand.
Yep, so he's got to take down Sorin first. And that's exiled. Now, I'm sure Tyler would like to continue to do this every single turn. I don't know if he has enough life to be able to do that, however.
No, I agree. He is taking a fair amount of damage here, especially if Joe starts pursuing lines like Den Protecting back Wingmate Rock.
So Tyler might just have to say, all right, I'm just going to hard cast Glare of Heresy now. I don't get to get it back again, but I got to use it twice. That might be good enough, but he's going to hold steady. Den Protector's going to unmegamorph, so it'll get a counter. And what is Joe going to... Yep, okay, so he's going to start chaining with Den Protectors. At least that's what he's thinking about doing.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's either that or the bird.
And Joe going to draw. Den Protector and Grip, Obzon Charm over there as well.
Charm's good. That can take away Tyler's last flyer. And yeah, it seems unlikely that Tyler will be able to block his way through this. Even with the recurring Glare of Heresy he has going, he's too far behind. Joe's creatures are too big.
Den Protector also just gives him a lot of redundancy and a lot of security right now in this situation. If anything goes wrong, okay, I'll just morph Den Protector, get something else back. And that's a perfectly reasonable spot to be in.
Right, so here's the swing. Anafenza gets to put a counter on any other creature. Looks like it's going to go on the bird token. Oh, no, actually on the Hangerback Walker.
Yeah, I like putting it on a colorless creature as opposed to a white one. I could also see an argument for Den Protector here, too.
Sure, it could get by Mantis Rider if that was the play.
Yeah. But Joe might have some interest in actually just killing Mantis Rider and trading with it.
So all the trades happen here. And with Tyler losing this many creatures, it's starting to feel like he's playing to not lose instead of to win. With 6.5 minutes left in the round, I'm a little skeptical that he can stay alive for this long, and it might be in Tyler's interest to scoop this and go to a game 3.
Yeah, I think that Joe's going to win, over the course of the next 2 turns, which could be 2 more minutes. And then, I don't know if Tyler's going to get the opportunity to be able to have enough time to win the match. And the same can be said for Joe, but Joe's down a game, so he doesn't care how long it takes. He'd rather draw than not lose. He'd rather draw than lose.
Yeah. And Joe has to keep playing it. This is Tyler's call. Did draw Dragon Lord Ojatai. Could have been good earlier. We're pretty far behind now for that to matter.
Soulfire Grandmaster going to go active. Glare of Heresy will take care of Anafenza. And there goes the Wingmate Rock token. This is all stuff I like. But again, I just don't know if he's got enough life to work with for this.
Right.
He's going to attack with Soulfire Grandmaster to be able to get 2 life points too. Which I like this, but I like this before tapping out because now Joe gets to get in with Obzon Charm.
This is lethal because Joe can flip up Den Protector, getting back Obzon Charm, then he can Obzon Charm again. Which, no, thanks to the 2-life for Tyler, that's 1 short.
Well, you get it. Did you cut the Megamorph counter?
Yeah, so it's 5, 10, and then 2 more
11,
off the
12,
Obzon
sure.
Charm. He's still 1 short. But
okay.
He can get back a Johnny, though, if that was in the yard, and now we're on to game 3.
That'll get you 3 counters. So there you go. Joe Lossett's going to win game number 2 here over Tyler Winn. Obzon aggro, Jeskai aggro, going to get ready for a 3rd game here. Unclear if they're going to be able to finish, but you have to imagine they're going to shuffle up and get a move on here. So we'll take a look at the sideboards real quickly here. You've got Tyler Winn's in front of you, so what do you see from our Jeskai aggro player?
Well, what it looks like he's brought in is his copy of Elspeth Sun's Champion, his copy of Glare of Heresy, and I would not be surprised if Revoke Existence was in to deal with Hangerback Walkers. It could also still be in the sideboard. Other than that, we have not seen too much. Master of the Unseen is actually not unreasonable this matchup based on how that last game went, but going into game 3 with 4 minutes, I certainly isn't a card I'd want to bring in.
I don't want it for game 3 with this amount of time left. For Joe, he's got 2 Ultimate Pricer, Revoke Existence, 2 Tragic Arrogance, 2 Glare of Heresy, 2 Wingmate Rock, 2 Heart of Torment, 2 Thoughtseize, 2 Duress.
Well, the Glares are good on this side too. A lot of white creatures on the Jeskai side of things. Ultimate Price is not unreasonable, especially if you want to get rid of something like Jace when it comes down. Other than that, stick to the game plan.
Be aggro.
Yeah,
as aggro as you can
I would
be.
try to. I mean, it's so hard to win this quickly. I'd re-sideboard in all my early drop creatures, I suppose.
No, I would do the same thing. The time is the only thing that matters right now. You're trying to steal a win.
Whatever I would do, I would present a deck within 30 seconds of the last game ending.
Well, these players are going to present their decks very quickly here, and then Tyler Winn will be on the play. So we'll talk about the Summer Creature Collection here with Star City Games, where we've got playmat sleeves and bundles of some of our game night favorites: the Piglet, the Monkey, the Kraken.
The Kraken.
The Kraken.
Yeah.
And Deathrite Salmon. StarCityGames.com SCGMKE.com/creature collection for more information on this. It's our summer creature collection. You can expect our fall creature collection a little bit later this year, where we will have some more game night favorites and a parody playmat. Again, StarCityGames.com/creature collection for more information. As game number 3, well, it better be underway soon if one of these guys is looking to get a W. There you are, as players are presenting their deck. They're going to have to get a move on here.
Yeah, Tyler's going to be back on the play. He dropped game 2 there. Things he might do. He had 2 Goblin Rabmasters in his main deck that probably came out in game 2. I'd throw them back in for game 3.
Oh, yeah. Bring them in. Hope to draw them. Temple of Triumph is where we're going to start. Both players will keep their 7.
Looks like he's got 2 drop into Mantis Rider. It's where great. Big fan. Into 2 Mantis Riders. All right. I see a way Tyler can win.
Yeah, he can. That draw can do it in 2 minutes. 2 minutes and a couple extra turns. That can do it. There's a forest from Joe.
No Bioblights on Joe's side, so it's a fairly safe line.
I guess the question is Tyler's next land enter the battlefield untapped?
It would be nice.
Yeah.
Does he
I'm sure
have another land?
Yeah, I'm sure he's hoping it's a flooded strand. There's a Planesseer's Hangerback Walker.
Slow.
Winn will draw. Flooded
Boom,
strand.
flooded
Off the
strand.
top.
I don't even think he had a 3rd land. Huge draw for Tyler, and this is going to be a way that he can win the game. Could not see him pick up his step as he hits that draw.
Yeah, give me a Mantis Rider. Give me some beatdowns.
Here we go for 5.
Don't think Joe's going to chump block.
Not yet. I think he's saving that one for next turn if he can. Block, pump, make 1/1s.
Yeah, he'll take the damage. We're going back Joe Lossett's way. He's under the gun now.
14 to 20. All right, Joe's got some Anafenza and Den Protector, Wingmate Rock. Just looks to have a grip of creatures. This is the kind of hand that can lose to Mantis Riders.
Step 1, gonna send in Hangerback Walker. Winn gonna fall down to 19. The follow-up is Anafenza, so yeah, we're definitely racing.
Yeah, and Tyler's just on the right side of this one.
Yeah. Valor stands to draw, that's a big draw. That can take care of Anafenza, but for now, Mantis Rider, they're both gonna come in the air. That's gonna fall down to 8.
So confirmed, last turn, Tyler definitely did not had to draw the 3rd land.
Favorable draw step for Mr. Winn.
I mean, let's not discredit him. A 2-land double Mantis Rider hand on the play is exactly the kind of thing I want to keep. So what if the 3rd land's not there? At least it can win in the game of this length.
With 3 minutes, I'm keeping that every time.
Yeah.
Because again, it's so much more about the time instead of the cards your opponent has and playing around everything. The entire dynamic of the game has changed.
And I think he's going to do it. Tyler Winn has a Lightning Strike in hand.
Anafenza is going to come in for 4. Tyler, no interest in blocking, no surprise there. I don't know if Joe has removal.
Or if it matters.
Well, if he's tapping out for Den Protector face down, he definitely doesn't have removal. And bluffing removal actually doesn't do anything here either. Now, he can play
Tyler's not going to respect a bluff.
Yeah, he can play Den Protector face up and activate Hangerback Walker, but I think this is a W right now. Tyler Winn's going to untap very quickly.
And for Tyler Winn, yeah, he's got burning. He's got a Lightning Strike in hand. He's got 6 in the air. Pushes through. And there you go.
Tyler Winn gonna win this match over Joe Lossett 2-1. Jeskai Aggro gonna get it done just in the nick of time over Abzan Aggro. And for the former Open Series champion, Season 2 of Knoxville last year, great start for him here in Milwaukee, 6-0.
Yeah, Joe Lossett in 9th. He's one of those players just on the bubble to make it into the Players' Championship. It's his first loss of the weekend, but 5-0 is a great start and looking for him to make a deep run.
Can't be unhappy. You know, a tough loss to take there if you're Joe, but first loss of the weekend. Plenty more matches to be played, but that is going to do it here for round number 6 in Milwaukee. So, as we do come back to the booth here, we get ready for a commercial